We put this campaign together, Gun Safety Saves Lives, for a number of reasons. One of them is looking at the impact that guns have on suicides in our country. Of the roughly 50,000 suicides in 2022, 55% of those, or 27,000 of them, had a firearm involved in the suicide. And why that's important is because when a gun is used or is involved in a suicide attempt, about 85% of the time the attempt is successful. Suicide or suicidal ideation thoughts is a process that a lot of people go through. Oftentimes it's not just a one-time thing. It's something they've been thinking of for a while. And oftentimes it comes down to, as we've learned, a crisis point. They just get to a point where they feel that crisis. So it's an immediate feeling that somebody has. They want to do something about it. The other thing we learn is that feeling often passes relatively quickly. So the importance of that when we're talking about safe gun storage and proper gun storage is removing an immediate gun from the equation oftentimes is enough to have somebody move beyond that crisis point, begin to calm back down and not go through with the thought that they were having. So having a gun properly stored, making it not as readily accessible, certainly leads to folks being able to move beyond that crisis point and come out the other side and potentially look for help. You know, firearms are an important tool for a lot of our professions, our law enforcement, our military professionals out there. And we know that military people especially deal with a lot of PTSD issues. The troubling stat that we found that was in 2022, of the roughly 500 service members that committed suicide, a firearm was the primary method that they used to commit suicide. So again, this message is even more critically important for folks in our military service and our first responders because they have that firearm so readily available for them. You know, we've entered this day and age where relationships are many but very thin. We're in the social media environment where I have a lot of friends that really aren't my friends, but their opinion of me is very important. I think part of what we want to do with this campaign also is say, it may take a little bit of courage. If you see somebody that you feel may be in crisis, you need to reach out to that person. You need to tell them that they need help, or you need to get them help yourself. There are a lot of resources that are out there. Again, part of what we're hoping to do with this campaign is bring them into one place so folks can look at it. You know, it's important to understand about this campaign, Gun Safety Saves Lives, that we're not here to talk about whether firearms are good or bad. They're here. We live in Arizona, a state that is very rich with firearm history and culture, and guns are very prevalent. So this campaign is not to say something about whether firearms should or should not be there. We're simply trying to say that if you have a gun, be safe with your guns so that you, your children, and your neighbors are safe and we can help save lives. If you'd like to learn more, I hope you'll visit our website, which is www.gunsafetysaveslives.com.